For pre-need funerals, burials, or cremations, it is Curtis & Son Funeral Home since 1975. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Mr. Walter B. Smith, age 78 of Sylacauga, died at his residence this morning. Curtis & Son Funeral Home announcing. Mr. Carl Anderson of Harpersville died at his residence on Wednesday. Curtis & Son Funeral Home announcing. Mrs. Jean Baker of Childersburg died at Coosa Valley Medical Center on Wednesday. Curtis & Son Funeral Home will announce the funeral arrangements. Funeral service for John Maxwell Cardwell, age 74 of Sylacauga. That service is today at 11 a.m. at Curtis & Son North, with the Reverend Rick Dearman officiating. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery. Online condolences at curtisonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. James Wallace Pete Haston, age 74, died at his residence on Tuesday. The family receiving friends on Friday at 11:30 from Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel. The chapel service will begin at 1 p.m. with Brother Skip Parvin officiating. Burial to follow in the Green Hills Cemetery of Childersburg. Online condolences at curtisonfunerals.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, directing. Funeral service for Kate Madeline Connell, age 102 of Sylacauga, will be Friday at 2 o'clock from Curtis & Son North, with the Reverend Gene Carver and the Reverend Larry Morrison officiating. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery. Visitation prior to the service, 1 to 2 at the North Chapel. Miss Connell was passed away May 5th at Sylacauga Health and Rehab. She was a member of the First Baptist Church of Sylacauga for some 63 years and taught Sunday school for 30 years. And she also worked for many years for Curtis & Son Funeral Home. Online condolences at curtisonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Funeral service for Danny Lee Thornton, age 66, is today at 2 o'clock from the chapel of Radley Smith Funeral Home. Reverend Patrick McDonald officiating. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery. Mr. Thornton died Tuesday, May 16th at his residence. The family will accept flowers or memorials can be made to the Five Points Baptist Church in Sylacauga. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home, directing. Funeral service for Norma Jean Bowden, age 81, will be Friday at 11 a.m. from Ursery Funeral Home Chapel in Talladega. Elder Paul Golden will officiate. And the burial will take place in Oak Hill Cemetery. Mrs. Bowden was a charter member of Southwood Presbyterian Church and co-owner of Bowden Company. In lieu of flowers, memorials can be made to Southwood Presbyterian Church. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home, Talladega, directing. Funeral service for Mrs. Barbara Ann Denny, age 62 of Alexander City, is today at 11 o'clock from First United Methodist Church, with the Reverend John Brasilio and the Reverend Mike Dinsmore officiating. Burial in the Alexander City Cemetery. Mrs. Denny died Monday, May 15th at Russell Medical Center. She was a member of the First United Methodist Church, where she was a member of the upper room class. In lieu of flowers, a family requests a memorial contribution be made to the Lake Martin Animal Shelter or to the Feast of Sharing at First United Methodist Church, both in Alexander City. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home, Alexander City, in charge of the arrangements. This obituary report brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361. Since 1975 has been Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.